All right, guys, here we are again. We've got the Red Sox at the Indians. This is the last game of this series. Red Sox have lost the first two. Indians have won three in a row. Both teams tied now for first place. Indians at 24-16, Boston at 25-17. And the first pitch is in there to Ted Williams, who bounces one over to first base, and Mickey Vernon will grab it, go to the bag for the first out. Early Wynn starting here for the Indians, 4.98 ERA, 5-2 record. So the ERA not so great, the record pretty good. And there's a strike to Vern Stevens. Stevens hitting 312, takes a ball, 1-1. And that's ball two to him. OPS has got to be right around 1,000 for Vern. There's a little liner over behind second base. Gordon's got that for the out, 2 away, and that'll bring up Dom DiMaggio. DiMaggio, 362 average, takes a strike. He makes you forget about his brother Joe. And that's ripped to center field for another base hit for Dom. And we're getting to the point here. I mean, we're in the beginning of June where we're saying this isn't just a good streak for DiMaggio. This means something. Here comes Billy Goodman, who's hitting 459, only 61 at-bats as he fouls one away. It's 0-1. Fouled away again, 0-2 now the count. Hitting very, very well. That's high. 1-2 on Billy. And next is a drive over to right field. It's going to be actually Doby, the center fielder, making the catch for the out. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Ken Keltner leads this off for the Cleveland Indians. Indians looking to vault themselves into first place. And Keltner will face Mickey Harris. Harris throws the ball. Harris is 3-2 this season, 4.99 ERA. So we should see some fireworks today. That's a ball to Keltner, of course, and another ball. 2-0 is the count now on Ken. There's the fastball for the strike. It's 2-1. Popped up out of play. 2-2 now the count on Ken. Ground ball shortstop. Stevens has that on to first. One gone. Here's Larry Doby now. Doby takes a strike outside corner. It's 0-1 on him. 269 the average. I've mentioned recently it's kind of fallen. There's a ball, 1-1. Doby has not, as he takes another ball, is 2-1. He hasn't really broken out quite yet this season, still waiting to sort of explode. And there's a breaking ball in for another ball, 3-1. And they're going to call that a strike, so it's a full count now on Larry. And he lets up on that one that's wide, and he'll take a stroll down to first base. I just realized in looking at Harris that we're overusing him technically. He had only 37 2/3 innings in real life. He's already at 40 this season, so shame on us. And look at those statistics. Everything's very, very close. 21 walks now compared to 20 in real life. 13 strikeouts compared to 14 in real life. Even the record is close. 3-2 in the replay, 2-3 in real life. So that's kind of what happens. Here now, Mickey Vernon, throw to first base, and Doby gets back. That's a curve high to Mickey, 1-0. Vernon hitting 346. So don't ever think that these Indians can't hit. They can hit well. And that's a ball in that starts to get away from Birdie Tebbets, the catcher, but he's able to pounce on that in time. That makes it a 2-0 count here on Vernon. Throw to first. Doby's not doing anything. Grounder over Harris and past Stevens. That's going to be a base hit up the middle, and there are runners now in the corner for the Indians. One out. For here he is, the manager, Lou Boudreau, hitting 350. How old is Boudreau, by the way? Lou is 31 years old and not quite aging that much yet, but starting to get a little bit up there. There's a fastball inside for a ball. Of course, for me to call somebody 31 years old feels really strange. There's a ground ball over to third base. Pesky goes home with it, and the runner of Doby was advancing to the plate, and he's thrown out fairly easily. So a good gamble there by Johnny, and he threw to the right place. There are now runners on first and second here for Dale Mitchell, and Boudreau, of course, is on that fielder's choice. Mitchell's hitting 368. The Indians have one hitter after another who's hitting well. 1-1 the count on Mitchell. And that's line down the first base line and just foul. It's 1-2 on Dale. That's outside. 2-2 now the count. And that's ball 3. So it's a full count now on Dale Mitchell. And there's a chopper. Goodman, first baseman, has that. Goes to the bag. We go to the top of the second inning. So no score there for the Indians, despite having runners on at first and second. And here's Alzarilla, who fouls one away. 0-1 quickly. And there's a ball low and away. 1-1. That's away again. 2-1 on Al. That's fouled off. 2-2. Zarilla, 267 the average. Hasn't had the power that Boston thought they were getting. Fouls another one off. It's fouled off again. Still 2-2. And it's hit to left center field. Center fielder Doby's got that one away. Here now is Johnny Pesky. Pesky fouls another one away. It's 0-1 on him. And that's fouled off again. It's 0-2 quickly on Johnny. That's high. 1-2 now the count. And that's just low. 2-2 on Pesky. It's hit to deep right field, and Bob Kennedy goes back to the wall and makes the catch. 2 away. Here now is Birdie Tebbets. Tebbets takes the strike. 273 his average, and there's the ball. 1-1. Fairly good at getting on base. Little bit of power as he takes another ball. 2-1. That's hit over to the gap in right field. Doby with a long run, and he just catches up with it for the out. And we go to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Bob Kennedy to lead this off. Hits that one over to the left side, but Harris, the pitcher, snags that, throws over to first for the out, 1 away. And Joe Gordon comes up next, looks at the ball wide, hits one foul, left field, out of play. 1-1 the count on Gordon. That's low. It's 2-1. And there's called strike 2 on Joe, 2-2. That is low. Full count now, Joe Gordon, and that's ball 4 that comes up to him, and the appeal was denied. And so Gordon takes the stroll over to first base. 1 man out, and here is Jim Hegan. And now this is the question you have. So Hegan, not a great hitter. Do you bunt with him, put Gordon on a second, and then leave it up to the pitcher? Or do you have Hegan just swing away and risk the double play? What we would do in real life is we'd bunt here, and so we'll try that. Good bunt. Harris gives way to Pesky, who makes the play, throws over to first for the out. Gordon moves to second. So there's 2 away now. And here is Early Wynn. Wynn is hitting .304 and 23 at-bats. Barely counts. It's a ball to Wynn and a strike. 1-1. Ground ball right side in the hole. Stringer's got that, throws to first, and we go to the top of the third inning. Here is Lou Stringer after that good play, and he takes the ball and then hits one over to Gordon at second, who throws to first, 1 away. Mickey Harris, the pitcher, now up there, takes the ball. Fouls one off, 1-1. That's a foul. Ball straight back. It's 1-2 on Mickey. And that's a foul tip, and Hegan holds on to that for strike 3. So the first strikeout for Early Wynn. 2 away, and here's Teddy Ballgame hitting .360, which is lower than what he was at before. And the on-base percentage and slugging percentage is just completely out of the park. I mean, this is a video game season for Williams. 2-1 is the count on him. Line to right center field, another base hit for him, and that'll bring up Vern Stevens. And you know that Williams is not going to go hitless. Here comes Stevens, and he hits a ground ball over to Gordon at second, throws to first, and that does it. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score. Ken Keltner up now, takes a strike from Harris, and then the ball, 1-1. Hit to shallow right field. Zarilla is there, 1 away. Here's Larry Doby again. He walked and had a little bit of a venture on the base pass. Takes 2 balls quickly. Doby, of course, was thrown out on that ground ball to Pesky trying to score. 2-0 is the count, and it's 3-0 now in Doby, and he'll take this one, and that's a strike. 3-1 the count, and there's another strike in there by Harris, so it's a full count now on Doby. Fouled away, full count still, and that's a swing and a miss high fastball for the strikeout, and there's 2 away. Here comes Mickey Vernon, who takes a strike. That's the first strikeout, by the way, for Mickey Harris today. The other Mickey takes a ball, 1-1. That's hit hard out of the reach of Stevens, left side for a base hit to left field. And up comes Lou Boudreau again. So Vernon now 2 for 2 today. Boudreau, of course, hit into that fielder's choice to third last time up. He now hits a ground ball over to Johnny Pesky again, who throws to first with it. And we go to the top of the fourth, still no score. And here comes Dom DiMaggio, and that's hit over to right field, first pitch swing. Kennedy moved back on that, should have gone up, and that one ends up dropping in front of him for a base hit. DiMaggio now 2 for 2, and that brings up again Billy Goodman. Goodman made a rare out in the first inning, and this time he bunts one down to Wynn. Wynn throws over to Joe Gordon, covering at the first base bag for the out, and DiMaggio moves up to second. There's 1 away, and here comes Al Zarilla trying to drive home this run for the Red Sox. Strike fastball on there to Zarilla, and it's a fly ball to left field on the second pitch. Mitchell's got that for the out. 2 away, and here comes Johnny Pesky. Pesky's 0 for 1. Hit one deep to right last time. He takes a ball. Grounder up the middle off of Gordon's glove, and that will be up to center for a base hit. Here comes DiMaggio around to score. Throw goes to the plate, and the throw is not in time, and DiMaggio has scored. It's a 1-0 lead for the Red Sox. So they get the 2-out single from Johnny Pesky. It's 1-0 on the top of the fourth, and here is Birdie Tebbets. Tebbets takes the ball, again 0 for 1 today like so many others. Chases one, 1-1. And it's a ground ball over to the left side, and it will be Boudreau who grabs that, flips over to Gordon for the force out at second, and we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-0 Red Sox now, and here comes Dale Mitchell. Grounded out the first time, takes a strike here, looking to just get on base. 1-1 is the count. It's fouled away. Now 1-2 on Mitchell, and that's way inside. It's 2-2. And that's another foul ball. 2-2 still, and that's high. So full count. Harris is laboring. It's fouled back. Full count still. There's a line drive over Stringer's head, and Zarilla can't quite get there in time. That's another base hit for Mitchell, and that'll bring up Bob Kennedy. So runner on at first base for Kennedy. They're down by a run, and this is another one of those times where we have a question. Do we swing away or do we bunt? I actually think we bunt in this situation. Let's see what happens. They're looking for the bunt defensively, and that's bunted foul. It's 0-1. Popped up towards third, the worst of all scenarios. Johnny Pesky grabs that for the out. There's one away, and Mitchell has to hold at first. And so there's one out now, and here comes Joe Gordon, who's not a great bunter, and he'll swing away. So that's hit to deep to left field, and that baby is gone. And that's another home run for Gordon, who has 7 this season. And just like that, it's a 2-1 lead for the Indians. So Joe Gordon comes alive with this hit over to left field. And this is a different ball game all of a sudden. Here comes Jim Hegan, who takes a strike. And boy, that was unexpected. Swing and a miss on another pitch, and it's 0-2 to Hegan. That's a ball outside, 1-2. Ground ball, third base. Pesky's got that on to first. There's 2 away, and here comes Early Wynn. 2-1 now Indians after that home run by Joe Gordon. Wynn takes a strike and then fouls one away, 0-2. And there's a ball low. 1-2 on Early. And that's a knee-high fastball for strike 3, and that's going to be the second strikeout of the game for Harris. We'll go to the top of the 5th, and it's now a 2-1 lead for the Indians after that monster and surprising home run from Joe Gordon. So here comes Lou Stringer, and the Red Sox have their work cut out for them. Stringer takes a strike and hits a little two-hopper straight back to the pitcher on the first, one away. Here's Mickey Harris hitting 200. Harris should probably be hitting 8th. He fouls one away and swings and misses at that hard slider down and in. It's 0-2. It swung on a foul tip, but nothing happening with it. Still 0-2. Outside, 1-2 the count now on Mickey, and that's high. It's 2-2. Foul ball out of play. 2-2 still on Harris, and that's low. So it's a full count. Wynn has fallen behind him. Another foul ball. This is the pitcher. Fly ball now, hitting fair territory, and Dobie's got it for the out. There's 2 away. And here comes Williams, who's 1 for 2 today, and he takes a ball, of course. Fouls one away, 1-1. 45 walks for Williams as he fouls one away, 1-2. Only 18 strikeouts so far in this replay. Fouled off again. And that's hit over to center field. Dobie, good play on that one. Catches that before it hits the ground, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-0 Cleveland, and here is Ken Keltner, who's 0 for 2, and fouls one away. Keltner, only a .369 on-base percentage. It's that slugging percentage that keeps him up in the lineup. 2-1 quickly is the count on him, and that's high. It's 3-1. Harris having some hard problems with his control, and there's ball 4, and he loses him, and that'll bring up Larry Dobie. So up comes Dobie, runner on a first base, up by a run. Dobie will swing away here. 0 for 1 today is Dobie as he takes the ball and then swings and misses a 1. It's 1-1. It's hit over the gap in left field. Williams can't get there. Around comes Kellner, but we'll hold him at third, and that means there's runners on at second and third with nobody out. And here is the heart of the order in Mickey Vernon. Vernon is 2 for 2 today, 355 the average, and 24 RBIs, trying to pad that total. And that's a ball high. It's 1-0 on Mickey. That's low, 2-0. That's up and in the zone. That's a base hit to left. That'll score 1. Dobie turns around third base. Vernon will try for second. It's a cutoff. The throw is cut off, thrown to second, and Vernon is a dead duck. But Mickey winds up 3 for 3 today, and he's driven in 2, and that makes this a 4-1 ball game. Here now is Lou Boudreau. Bases may be empty, but the damage has been done. 4-1 Indians, and here comes Lou, who's 0 for 2. He takes the ball low, and that's high and outside, 2-0. There's ball 3, 3-0. Harris won't last long. There's the strike, 3-1 on Lou, and he takes 1 high for ball 4. 4th walk given up by Mickey Harris, and here comes now Dale Mitchell. So Dale Mitchell 1 for 2 today, has scored a run, and has perhaps an opportunity to add to that RBI list, and he takes a strike outside corner. It's 0-1. Inside fastball, 1-1 on Mitchell. Ground ball right side by Goodman for a base hit. Boudreau doesn't have much by way of wheels, so we'll stop him at second, and that'll bring up Bob Kennedy. The Indians now are coming alive, so it looked pretty bleak for them in the top of the fourth when they went down a run, almost went down two. And look at what has happened since. One out, here's Kennedy, who takes a strike. He'll swing away this time. There's a ball outside. And that's outside again. 2-1 on Bob. That's a ground ball up the middle, and that will be a stringer to Stevens for one, and on to Goodman at first, and they double him up, and we go to the top of the sixth inning. So the Indians leave a couple stranded, and here come the Red Sox again, top of the sixth, 4-1 Cleveland. Strike in there to Vern Stevens, leading this off against Early Wynn. And it's a ground ball over to Keltner. Third baseman throws to first, one away. Here's Dom DiMaggio, and he fouls one off, 0-1, sorry. It's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2, and that's outside for a ball. 1-2 on Don. And that breaking ball missed as well. It's 2-2. Line shot right side past Vernon for a single. DiMaggio's 3 for 3. And here comes Billy Goodman, and Dom DiMaggio is an incredible hitter. Here's a ground ball over to Boudreau. Flips on to Gordon for one. The throw to first is low, but Vernon goes down, digs it out, and holds the bag, and that's a double play. And we'll go to the bottom of the sixth inning. 4-1 still Indians as they get out of that jam. And here's Mr. Home Run, Joe Gordon. He has 7 now this season. He's hit 3 home runs so far against Boston in a couple games this season. 2-0 is the count on him. They've played, 5 or 6, I think, or maybe it's only the 3. 2-0 the count now on Gordon. And that's outside. It's a 3-0 count. He'll take this. And that's ball 4 inside. And so Gordon takes the stroll down to first base. And that'll bring up Jim Hegan, the catcher. We'll have him swing away this time. Red Sox looking for a bunt. Hegan takes the strike. Hard hopper off the ground of Harris into center field all the way through, and Gordon's going to stop at second. We're not going to risk much here. That'll bring up Early Wynn, and now I think, I don't know, he's 0 for 2. I'm thinking we probably will bunt here. I think that's what they're going to be looking for. And there's a good bunt back to the pitcher, and he's got to go to first with it. Throws over to Stringer, and so both Gordon and Hegan move up. That's what you wanted to see. And here's Ken Keltner with a chance to drive a couple guys in. Keltner, 0 for 2 today, but did score a run after a walk. It's 0-2 on him quickly. And that is low. 1-2. That's high, but misses. 2-2 on Ken. Fouled off. Still 2-2. Ground ball towards short. Gordon's going to score on this. Stevens will go to first. And it's a 5-1 lead for the Indians. There's 2 away. And here now is Larry Doby. Doby's 1 for 2. Also scored a run earlier. And that's a change up for a strike. And that's low. 1-1 on Doby. Ground ball towards third base. And Harris actually fields that one. Throws to first, but not in time. And that advances Hegan to third. Doby, of course, safe at first. And that brings up Mickey Vernon once again. He's 3 for 3. And he's about to explode in this one. It's a curve high to Mickey. 1-0. And 2-0 as he holds up on that. It's fouled off. 2-1 on Mickey. Throw back to first, nothing doing. And that's a strike on the inside corner. It's 2-2 on Vernon, and that is low, so it's a full count now on Mickey. And that is outside for ball 4, and that's going to be it for Harris. And so Vernon walks to load the bases, and up comes Earl Johnson. Earl Johnson for the Red Sox, a 7.82 ERA, 0-1 on the season, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts so far. He's pitched 12 2/3 innings and has 5 walks and 5 strikeouts, so this is going to be an interesting appearance. Johnson has no place to put anybody, and a poor ERA. Foul ball, first pitch by Lou Boudreau, and it's a bouncer to third base. Pesky can't get to that. Stevens can't either. That scores at least 1, and we're going to start sending some runners around. There's a throw to third base. Vernon is safe there. Doby scores as well. And it's a 7-1 lead now for the Indians. So Boudreau gets his first base hit of the game, drives in 2, and this game is as good as done. Dale Mitchell comes up now, still 2 outs, runners on the corners. Mitchell's 3 for 9 this series, takes the ball. 375 his average, and that's high. It's 2-0 on Dale. That's high again, 3-0 the count. Johnson with control problems, and there's ball 4. And so Mitchell takes the stroll down to first base, and that'll bring up Bob Kennedy. Base is loaded. Here comes Kennedy. He's 0 for 3. 28 driven in this season, though, and wants to pad that total. That's hit past the pitcher and past Stringer for a base hit up the middle, and that will score at least one. We're going to send Boudreau and Mitchell, and we'll have Kennedy try for second. There's a throw to the plate, and boy, they get Boudreau. Real poor running by him and a good play by Tebbets. A run does score, though. That's 4 that scored in the bottom of the 6th. It's an 8-1 lead for the Indians, and they stranded 2 in that inning as well. 11 hits now for Cleveland. Everybody's hitting, and the Red Sox bullpen woes are catching up with them. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. It'll be Al Zarilla to lead this off for the Red Sox. 8-1, Indians with the advantage. That's a ball outside to Zarilla, 1-0. Ground ball, second base, Gordon on to first, 1 out. Here's Johnny Pesky now. Takes a fastball inside, but too high. It's 1-0. The next pitch is inside, 2-0 on Johnny. Ground ball right side, Gordon on to first, 2 gone. Here is Tebbets, who fouls one off, 0-1. And that's swung on and missed. It's 0-2 on Birdie. And there's another swing and a miss, and down he goes. Easy inning for Early Wynn. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Joe Gordon, who hit that big home run, leads us off. Everyone's had a hit except Wynn and Keltner for the Clevelands. There's a strike in there to Gordon, and there's a ground ball to the left side. Stevens has that on to first, 1 gone. Here's Jim Hegan, who fouls one away, 0-1. Ground ball short, and Stevens goes to first again, 2 away. Here comes Wynn, who pops up a foul and then grounds that one through the box. Great play by Stevens. Diving play, throws to first, and that's that. And we go to the top of the 8th. It'll be a loose Stringer up here against Wynn. He takes a strike, and that's a ball. 1-1. That's off the plate. It's 2-1 on Lou. Ground ball over to third, hits the base. Keltner grabs that, can't get a throw off, though, and that's a infield single of the strange variety, and that'll bring up Earl Johnson, probably a pinch hitter, and here is Merle Combs. How old is Combs? He's got to be pretty old. That's 29, so no, I'm thinking of the wrong Combs. And there's a pop-up first pitch swing. Keltner's got that, 1 away. Here's Ted Williams now. Williams is 1 for 3, takes the ball high. Fouls 1 away, 1-1 on Ted. And there's ball 2 to him, 2-1. That's low from Wynn. It's a 3-1 count. Foul to the left side. Full count now on Williams. And it's a swing foul tip, but Hegan doesn't hold on. Full count remains. That's close on the corner, but call for ball 4, and that'll bring up Vern Stevens. So runners on first and second now. And here comes Stevens, 307 average. And that's a ground ball over to third. Keltner has that on to first for the play. There's 2 away now, and here comes Dom DiMaggio. Good play by Ken Keltner on that one. DiMaggio up now 3 for 3, looking to drive a couple guys in. There's the strike. He scored a run and takes the ball, 1-1. That's fouled away. It's 1-2 on the little professor. And that one's low, 2-2. And there's one called for strike 3 that was inside, but it got enough of the plate apparently, and we go straight to the bottom of the 8th. Not much of an argument. And here comes Ken Keltner again. He's 0 for 3 today. Did walk, scored a run, and his walk, I think, drove in a run as well. He's up against Tex Houston. Tex is 1-0 as far as the record's concerned. 16 innings pitched, the 3.94 ERA, but does walk a lot of guys, just like everyone else in the American League. There's a ball to Keltner right off the bat. It's 1-0. Low and away, 2-0. Fouled away, 2-1. Fouled off again, 2-2 on Ken. Swing and a miss, and Houston gets the strikeout, 1 gone. Here now, Larry Doby, 2 for 3 today. Starting to come alive, takes the ball. Hits one to second, Stringer on to first, 2 gone, and here's Mickey Vernon. Vernon hitting 359 now. 3 for 3 today, takes a strike. And a ball, 1-1. Hit to right field. That's a base hit, and Zarilla cuts that off. Vernon is now 4 for 4. And that brings up Lou Boudreau. So 8-1 Indians, runner on at first base, bottom of the 8th. 2 outs. Boudreau takes a ball, and another one low. 2-0 on Lou. And that's high. It's 3-0 quickly. And there's ball 4 high and inside, and that'll bring up Dale Mitchell. And those bases on balls will get you. So Houston has not even pitched a full inning yet, has walked 1 and struck out 1. Here comes Dale Mitchell. That's a curve in there for a strike, 0-1. That's lined now past Houston, and that's a base hit, and we're going to send both these runners. throw to third base. Boudreau is thrown out once again. I think it's the third time he's been thrown out on the base paths of this game, but a run scores, and it's a 9-1 game, and we are in the top of the ninth. So it'll be Billy Goodman up there, who's a disappointing 0 for 2, followed by Zarilla and Pesky. Wynn pitching well. There's a ball low to Goodman, 1-0. Bounced over to third. Keltner on the first, 1 gone. Zarilla now. 0 for 11 this series. He takes a strike, really struggling. 0-2 is the count on L, and that's just down and away. It's 1-2. 2-2 as the curve misses. Ground ball right side, Gordon on to first, 2 gone. Here now, Johnny Pesky, the final hope for the Red Sox, and hits a fly ball quietly to Mitchell in left field, and that does it. So the Indians win this one convincingly, 9-1, and they have first place sewn up for themselves, at least for the moment, and they've taken the lead over the Red Sox. So final score again, 9-1 Cleveland. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll talk with you again tomorrow. We'll have more fun. Talk to you then. Bye.